Happy Friday, Brian Manning here with the weekly update. Let's get right to it. So let's see, Tuesday this week we've got pending home sales. So this is pending home sales from the month of March. Expectations was that pending home sales would be up 0.7%, and they were actually up 3.8%. So really good to see a strong housing report there. Wednesday this week, and as we do in the first week of every month, we get our employment report. So Wednesday this week, we got ADP. ADP is the largest provider of private payrolls in the U.S., and expectations that in the month of April, 177,000 jobs would be created. ADP said that we had 275,000 jobs created. So a really strong report there. Also had Jerome Powell and the Federal Reserve speak this week. They wrapped up a two-day meeting. Left rates unchanged. Didn't really have much to say there that would be different than we expected. So that was pretty much status quo. And then today we get the BLS. So first Friday every month we get the BLS employment report. That's from the Bureau of Labor Statistics. So this is a government report. So BLS had an expectation of 190,000 new jobs to be created in the month of April, and we got 263,000 new jobs. So really strong report. So let's just break that down a little bit. So that kind of report is derived through the BLS's business survey. So they look at what's called a birth-death ratio. So what that means, they look at companies that were created in the month of April and the amount of jobs on average that they would hire or bring on. And they look at companies that went out of business and the amount of jobs that would be done away with if a company goes out of business. So they look at the birth of a company, the death of a company, and they kind of come up with employment numbers there. The second part, though, they look at is the unemployment rate. So unemployment rate, the lowest number in 50 years at 3.6%, but maybe not for all the right reasons. If you look at unemployment, that's done through what's called household surveys. So on average, they call about 60,000 households across the U.S. So what was figured out in the household surveys that there was actually a loss of 100,000 jobs and 400,000 people left the labor force, whether they were retired or whatever would be they left the labor force. So if you look at the unemployment rate, it's really from the household surveys and really from a loss of jobs and labor force participation decreasing. So unemployment, not really, even though seeming really low, not being the most accurate right now. So if you look at what's happening in the markets, stocks are up, but also bonds are being positively impacted as well because of that unemployment report. So really good to see mortgage rates reacting favorably to this. We'll have to wait and see what happens next week because they've kind of been in this flat range for about the last week or so. Let's see, May 15th, I'm doing a class at the Longmont Association of Realtors. It's all about working with first-time home buyers. Free class, 2 CE credit hours is going to take place from 11:30 to 1:30 if you want to come out and learn about first-time home buyers, what we're doing, different loan programs, how we market for them. Come on down, we'd love to see you. Also, I'll be around all weekend. If you have any questions, let me know. Any buyers you want pre-approved, give me a call or text me. I'd love to be a part of your business. Happy Friday. Have a great day.